And I yield now 3 minutes to the ranking member of the Veterans Affairs Committee, the gentleman from California.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, thank you, Ranking Member. Mr. Chairman, I rise in strong opposition to H.R. 485, the so-called Protecting Healthcare for All Patients Act of 2023. I have to say that it is a bit rich to hear my colleague talk about pre-existing conditions and their concern for it when they have been the party that has, he's been part of a party that has been completely opposed to protecting people with pre-existing conditions because they've repeatedly, over and over, tried to repeal the Affordable Care Act. The bill before us today does almost nothing to protect health care for patients and instead would likely increase health care costs across the board. As the ranking member of the House Veterans Affairs Committee, I'm especially alarmed at the impact this bill would potentially have on our veterans' care. And I have to say, I wonder why this bill was not referred also to the Veterans Affairs Committee, given its impact on this jurisdiction. Under current law, multiple federal programs like VAs have special pricing arrangements for prescription drugs that rely on upfront discounts and rebates. It is a win-win system for both taxpayers and veterans. The VA keeps costs lower and is able to make sure veterans get access to the drugs they need. In fact, I would dare say the Department of Veterans Affairs has the most robust negotiations over the drugs on its formulary. But this bill would upend this proven system and instead inject uncertainty into drug pricing. And that chaos has a very real cost for VA and DoD. $240 million for the 2033 time period, according to the CBO. And other similar measures simply does seem to have a measurable effect for CBO. Those words, other similar measures. This will diminish VA's ability to deliver care to veterans and force the department to make cuts to services elsewhere. So that begs the question, who benefits from this disarray? Big Pharma does. They reap the rewards and push up their profits. I have to say their lobbyists will really have earned their outrageously large paycheck if this bill passes because it is so clearly a ripoff. Taxpayers and veterans lose, while Big Pharma wins. Give me a break. But House Democrats are opposed to this blatant ripoff and will fight it tooth and nail. Instead of doing Big Pharma's bidding, we're focused on lowering drug prices for Americans. And House Democrats are proud to have worked with the Biden administration to deliver on capping the cost of insulin at $35 per month for seniors, finally allowing Medicare to negotiate lower prescription drug prices, requiring drug companies to pay rebates to Medicare if they raise prices faster than inflation, and locking in $1 billion a year in health insurance savings, $800 per year in health insurance for 30 seconds more, Mr.
Mr. Chairman, I yield another minute to the gentleman from California.
The gentleman's recognized.
And let me add, we've also, as Democrats, locked in $800 per year in health insurance savings for 15 million Americans. So I urge my colleagues, ask yourself who has more credibility on protecting Americans' health care and saving them money and lowering costs. I would submit we, the Democrats, do. So I urge my colleagues to oppose this bill. It will cost taxpayers money, it will cost the VA more money, and just give more profits to Big Pharma. I yield back.